Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my Vulnerability Badass YouTube channel. Today I want to introduce this book, A Plant Paradox. Until I read this book, I knew in order to eat healthy, carbohydrates weren't good because, carbohydrates are sugars and added sugar was bad. I knew that. And after reading Brain Grain, I was surprised that even eating gluten is not good, no matter if it's whole grain or whole wheat or whatever. And now after reading The Plant Paradox, then I am even like so surprised because fruits, because of fructose, fruits has sugar. So, of course it's a lot better than just eating sugary desserts, but still I had some kind of understanding, like you cannot just eat a lot of fruits, or fruits juice are not good because I had gestational diabetes. So back then I was told, like I have to really watch my carbohydrates and fruits. But generally, I thought veggies were good. You can eat any kind of veggies. But according to this plant paradox, that veggies, they have to protect themselves too. And some veggies have this thing, lectin, I think, the bad thing, and it will cause human body, not good things. I'm sorry, I'm not really in detail, but because this is not book review or to talk about the summarize or anything, but just personal surprises and what kind of changes I've been making. So sorry, as usual, I'm not really good at details unless I really look at the book. But so what was surprising was like, tomatoes are not, veggies, and it's fruits. Like living in Korea, because, Korean people eat cherry tomatoes like same as fruits. They put in the Korean shaved eyes and stuff. So yeah, I kind of knew tomato was in the gray zone, or like it can be classified as fruits also. But the author was talking about, anything with like seeds or like fruits, and so cucumbers are not good, and the peppers are not recommended to eat, and eggplants, and like zucchini. So I was like so shocked. And then beans are not good. Even chickpeas and legumes, green beans, peas, and oh, what am I supposed to eat? And of course, reading these books doesn't make me not eat these things at all. Just because I learn about carbohydrate, that doesn't mean I don't eat any carbohydrate. Or, because I know sugar is bad, that doesn't mean I don't use sugar at all. Or, after reading Brain Grain, did I stop eating bread? No, I do eat pastries and cakes and stuff. But, I try to reduce the amount. Or when I eat alone, I try to not to eat these things. But when I'm with people, I eat. So it's just a matter of how much I'm gonna eat. It's not so much of, am I gonna eat it or not eat it. But I was so shocking, all these things, that before I read this book, I thought those were healthy, and not necessarily healthy when you just focus on the lectin part. So that's why I wanted to share with you like what kind of things that I have, a kind of aha moment or new list that I thought, okay, I have to start eating this more. And also, I have to kind of avoid, not deny it or not eat it, but just when I can make a choice on my own, I will choose not to eat, but eat something else. So anyway, the plant paradox, I got it on Audible, but Audible version has accompanying PDF, so I printed it out. It has a lot of information, but it talk about say yes please list of acceptable foods, and it has just say no list of lectin containing foods. So I wanted to share yes list and no list, and not the whole list because there's so much, but something that I was like surprised or started new. So first, yes list please, like oils. You know, I was aware that olive oil was good and sesame oil was good, so these were on the list, so I kind of checked them. I'm already eating it. But something new that I got after reading the book is coconut oil. Now I got organic, extra virgin coconut oil from Trader Joe's, and when I saute veggies and when I eat alone, not sharing with my son or husband, because maybe, you know, they're gonna go like, what is this? So when I eat alone, I use coconut oil. And sweeteners, yeah, I don't like other sweeteners, like I like, you know, sugar or honey, but in some of the other books, you know, they also talk about stevia or stevia, I don't know how you pronounce it. So when I went to Trader Joe's, I found that there was organic stevia, so I bought one bottle just to see. I haven't used it yet, but I got it. And nuts and seeds, I love nuts, so most of the nuts, for example, macadamia nuts, walnuts, or Brazilian nuts, you know, Brazil nuts, I already have them in my pantry. But one thing that I started was coconut, unsweetened coconut, the white stuff, you know, I can put on my smoothie bowl, or toasted coconut, and coconut milk. So I use it for my coffee. So those are new stuff. And dark chocolate, he recommends more than 70%, but I usually try to get more than 80%, so I think I'm good. And then, you know, when it's chocolate, I try to get organic and fair trade, so like one chocolate bar can cost like really expensive, but still something good for you, good for the environment, or good for the farmers, I guess. I don't know how much I'm contributing, but. And vinegars, you know, this book says all, but recently I started trying apple cider vinegar. And oh yeah, something that I was surprised was, because I was, you know, aware that carbs or noodles are not good, but one of the things that was in yes list of noodles was Korean sweet potato noodles, japchae or tangmyeon. So I was so happy, like, oh, okay, I can make japchae, but in order to make japchae, I need to use soy sauce, and then usually, you know, beef is used. So I don't know, but still, you know, I was like happy, like, oh, so tangmyeon, the Korean sweet potato noodles are good. And then dairy part as a substitute for, you know, milk or yogurt. You know, the list had coconut yogurt, so I tried coconut yogurt for the first time, coconutoil, and rather than eating it directly, I used it in my smoothie, and it make the smoothie like smoother and nice coconut flavors. I really liked it, so I started using coconut yogurt. That's something I got from Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, I forgot. And yeah, one thing I started learning is, I think it's not only from this book, but when we talk about fish, you know, it has to be wild caught. So that was something that I'm trying to pay attention to, you know. And fruits, something I started recently from this list is pomegranates, I didn't really eat pomegranates before because it's kind of like time consuming or a lot of work to eat. But I bought it and luckily my son likes it, so I'm so happy. And figs, I love figs, themselves, but what I started getting is organic dried figs with, no added sugar, and they taste so good, so I'm so happy. Like eating just figs with pecan, like make you feel like you're eating pecan pie there. And dates, I wasn't a big fan of dates, but medjooldate I got from Wegmans, and they tasted so great, and no added sugar but so sweet. And again, eating with pecans or walnuts, with the nuts, it make you feel like you're eating a pie or something, pecan pie or something. So figs and dates, dried figs and dates, something new. And this is not after this book, but raw sauerkraut, it's on the list. And after I started thinking about the gut health, I started eating it. I got this big jar from farmer's market, organic, clean sauerkraut. And what I do is like, when we do kind of like pizza night or takeout dinner night or something simple, then I just add a little bit of sauerkraut just to feel less guilty or less greasy. So that's what I do. And yeah, from other vegetable lists, something I started buying is beets. Like I was able to eat beets or and the soup, or but I didn't particularly like it, but I bought it, I think after the obesity code, and I wanted to cook it, but then what I end up doing is just eating raw in a salad or in my red smoothie bowl, and I like the taste. And one thing I want to eat more, I used to like it a lot, but I want to eat more, is okra. When I was in Japan, I really loved okra and I cooked okra a lot. But in Korea, I couldn't find okra a lot, so I stopped eating. And now I'm in the States and I can find here. So I want to increase because it's in the list too. They also said the okra has seeds, but it's because of the sticky part, it's better. So I want to increase eating okra. And the last part, like he said, green plantains are good. So green plantains, bananas. So that's something that I want to try. I got organic plantain chips, salted with sea salt, but I don't know if they are made from green ones. But green ones are supposed to be better or good. So I want to try. So wow, it's already becoming long, but these were the things that after reading The Plant Paradox, I want to try. Or I have been trying, and it shifted, my concept of what's healthy and what's not healthy. And again, I don't mean to say whatever, on the list I have to follow all the time or anything. Of course, if I can follow this, it's gonna be better, but gradually, right? Like you cannot shift 180% all of a sudden, and everybody has everybody's timing too, and everybody has social life too. So in my case, just learning more about what to eat, what not to eat, and gradually introducing to my daily life or diet. That's something that I'm enjoying. So my purpose is not to perfectly eliminate or make my diet perfect, but just to enjoy the process and journey. So my question is, what are the new things you started eating, new healthy food you started eating? I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. See you next time.